Now I request the special guest and our Dean and our Director Sir to light the Kuttuvilakku. Now I call upon Dr. Bhushan D. Sudhakar, Professor, Department of International Business, to give away the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. On the dais of the dais, most respected Director, Dr. Tarnikarasu, Director of Pondicherry University, and our beloved Dean, Dr. Malbika D.O. Madam, our HOD, Dr. P.G. Arul, and my professor as well as Professor of International Business, Dr. P. Sridharan sir, and esteemed guest of this day's function, Sri R. Satish, General Manager, Academic, RBI, Chennai. I welcome all along with these guests. I also welcome all the participants who have come from different parts of the country to attend this 2-week capacity building program for young social science faculty. I think Arul has thought about this program as it's sponsored by ICSR. I was always touched about young faculty. Okay, I think we also young faculty. We also keep learning as and when it demands. As a country, Republic, India, Democratic India, we celebrate 76 years of independence. Always there's a challenge for one particular portfolio, that is the teacher portfolio. The subjects which I have learned, I'm not teaching. In the sense, from a student to a teacher, I have to swim across different academic policies, different academic learnings. To sustain myself, to survive in an academic setting, the students of this 21st century, they are opened with so many challenges. And we at Department of International Business, we are 13-year-old, and we offer 2 programs. One is MBA International Business, another one which we recently started as it demanded as per the time, that is MBA Logistics and Supply Chain Management, which is a self-financing program, we are having a good number of students, 13 batches passed out from MBA IB and LSCM, about 1 batch passed out, another is going to come soon. We always find one challenge, skill. How do we skill the student? What kind of skills we require? Though we are teaching sound academic knowledge, but the point is that how skillful are these students? The point which I am also opening up to you, all of you, is this 2-week capacity building program should challenge each one of you that what kind of skills are required. It is not the communication skills that the country requires today, because I'm sure at the academic staff college we are talking that at the banking, it is now changed from both behavioral, administrative to more of technical. But they balance both the skills are required. How many years passed by that we went to a physical bank, we went to the library, because though we access day in and day out, but the trend is changed. So as we all are accessing, and we need to teach the younger generation that we need to, what kind of skills are required. We at DIB, we change our syllabuses as per the norms, and then to upgrade, to upskill the students at our programs. Never believe a prediction that doesn't empower us. There are a lot of predictions. So I personally feel that I don't believe any prediction that doesn't empower us. So what empowers an young teacher? So that you need to find out. Hopefully you may find certain answers for this 2-week this capacity building program. At the same time, the human race is into different kinds of addiction. Okay, especially currently the technology addiction of social media, and we are facing now, as we are conducting end semester exams, the students are writing physical exams now from the online exams. Student can't sit for more than 1 hour without a mobile actually. So that is one of the addiction. Now how this the young people, the boys and girls, can overcome certain addictions of this situations today. That is a challenge for a teacher. We should be a role model, number one. And then today I'm reading that Switzerland has banned all electric vehicles. It is very surprising. We are in an era of sustainable goals, sustainable development goals, SDG. So under the SDG, energy is one of the primary goal. Education, energy. So as we are talking about energy, now Switzerland has banned because they are unable to sustain themselves this upcoming winter to have their own electric other energy resources. And if they continue, they are again, of course, the reason bottom lines to Russia-Ukraine war. They are borrowing from, importing from, say, France and Germany. Now Switzerland said openly, categorically, they said we are banning all electrical vehicles. I think that is not the solution, but again, it leaves a research question to people like us who are researching into energy. You know, how can you ban an energy, because it has to align with our self-sustainable development goals. So again, a teacher has to be motivated to do a thinking process into this. Once Cristiano Ronaldo, the famous footballer, was asked, what is your biggest thing for your personal success? How do you reward? What is that you have been successful thus far? And he said, talent without hard work, it doesn't succeed you. Though I am talented, I have worked hard. Though we are teachers, though we are qualified as teachers, though many of us are JRFs or PhDs from very reputed institutions, you got a chance to teach, to be as part of, who is the best teacher in our country? If you ask me, I'll say Dr. APJ. Though he is not an academic PhD, but he is the best teacher. And even I'll not talk about student-teacher ratio in our country, okay, which is very, very less. And I read about only 2%, okay, of our population are teachers. Only 2%. Like about 1.4 billion population is 2% is enough. Meaning, what is the challenge which is left with each one of us? Each one of us, we need to really raise to ourselves the bar and sustain and see that the talent goes with the hard work. So mere talent doesn't help. I'll conclude in my welcome speech that whenever you lose your money, somebody said you lose nothing. I repeat, whenever you lose money, you lose nothing, because there is a chance you can even earn it back. Whenever you lose your health, you are losing something. Lastly, whenever you lose your character, you are losing everything. In this program, let us build ourselves to be as a good character teachers, because we need to inbuild the students or whoever are learners in front of you. So let us build. This nation requires characters. So in this auspicious occasion of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav, I congratulate Dr. P.G. Arul and all his team for having such a time. Coming to Pondicherry in December is the best time. We all have our programs in December. So I really welcome once again all of you, and enjoy your time, learn, and then thank you very much.
Now I request the dignitaries to honor our chief guest. I request Director K. Dharani Karasu sir to honor our chief guest. Now I call upon our program organizer, Professor P.G. Arul sir, Head and Professor, Department of International Business, to discuss about the scope of the workshop.
Respected Director Research, Professor Dharani Karasu sir, esteemed Chief Guest, Sri R. Sadish, General Manager, Reserve Bank Staff College, Chennai, respected Dean, School of Management, Professor Malviga Deo ma'am, beloved participants from different part of the country, faculty, colleagues from the School of Management, and my dear friends in the Department of International Business, scholars, students, office staffs, good morning to all. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you once again for this capacity building program sponsored by Indian Council of Social Science Research. This is the second time the Department of International Business organizing the capacity building program for young social science faculty sponsored by Indian Council of Social Science Research. The main objectives behind this particular program is to give an exposure to the young faculty members in social science disciplines to the latest research trend and developments in their respective field and enhance their capacity for high quality research publication. Of course, this program considered equivalent to HRDC refresher course. Also, it's considered for CAS promotion. As far as participants is concerned, we have given an advertisement based on that. From all over India, around 59 participants applied for this program, out of which we have selected 35 of them for this particular program. Because as far as ICSSR instruction is concerned, 30 participants to be selected. So we have taken up 35 within the budget they have provided. With regard to resource persons are sourced from India's institution report, especially Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, Indian Institute of Management of Bangalore, Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai. Even we have people from National Fashion Institute. Then we have people from NIT. We have resource person from University of Madras, Bharatidasan Institute of Management, Indian Maritime University. So from these repute institution, we have sourced the resource persons for these sessions of the ICSSR. My sincere thanks to ICSSR New Delhi for sponsoring this particular program. I am also thankful to the university authorities and the team for wholehearted support for organizing this program, especially in the School of Management. I hope this program will be a high standard program and all the participants will be enriched with contemporary developments happening in the field of social sciences. I congratulate all the participants for having selected Pondicherry University as a destination for this program and wish you all for a happy and a pleasant stay in Pondicherry. Thank you.
Now I kindly request our Dean Ma'am, Professor Malvika Deo, to give away the felicitation address.
Very good morning to all present here. Respected Director, Professor Dharani Karasu, the guest today, Sri R. Satish, General Manager, Academics, Reserve Bank of India, my colleagues from Department of International Business, on the dais, off the dais, the participants who have been selected out of 59 applications to participate in this capacity building program, and all other guests. It's quite heartening to congratulate one of the schools, one of the departments of School of Management who has taken efforts to bring participants from all over India for an effort to uplift or to update the capacity, so that, because if it is said that if a woman is empowered, she is able to empower her children. But if a teacher is empowered, he will not only will empower his children or a very few children, years together, they will be able to empower more and more and more number of students. So it's always apt to empower, to enrich a teacher, as already Professor Bhushan Sudhakar was telling, that the techniques are changing, say time is changing, and the way of communicating is changing. Now the way of earlier communication was through the pen and paper. Now even we use symbols to communicate. Even sometimes in WhatsApp you see some symbols. Many people don't understand what the symbol makes. Some type of smileys. We may not be able to understand what it is if we are not equipped. The languages have changed. And a teacher need to understand all the things, because he is dealing with the students, he is dealing with the scholars, and also he is dealing with the public. Hence, enriching is a must for a teacher. At the same time, the research techniques are changing, and many a times it happens. Always we make a big we are disheartened that our research is not being given importance. Our research is not being recognized. Mostly in India, in other countries, the research is given the highest importance. But in India, why it is not being given? Just if you ponder over, maybe we are giving a lackluster attitude towards doing the research. Maybe we are not just for namesake we are doing research. Very few really want to do a path-breaking research. At the same time, some people have the ideas, but they do not have the technique. Some people have the technique, they do not have ideas. And many a times we see the researchers take the help of analysts to do their research. If that is happening, how do they build the capacity of their research scholars? How do they guide? How do they bring different type of technique for analyzing as the time is changing every time? Sometimes back when we were doing research, only a multiple regression was regarded as the most sophisticated research technique. But now nobody is using multiple regression. They say multicollinearity is there, they say that is spurious. Hence, you need to see the data, how it is. If it is time series data, you have to see the stationarity, you have to see a lot of things. Then only you can do the multiple correlation. And it is not enough. Earlier we were doing the regression and finding out what is affecting what dependent variable is affecting the independent variable, and we were able to predict. But the prediction has gone. There are so much of difference. So unless a teacher is empowered or has been uplifted or upgraded his research skill, how he is able to emulate the skill of the student? Always teachers becomes the guiding force to make a student work. Hence, it is always needed that a teacher need to upgrade. And as we know, unless we need, we don't do. But in other countries, in Western countries, even if they don't need, they try to experiment, they try to do. And in the process, they generate, the interest generates. That doesn't happen. That is the reason, might be, we are not able to do path-breaking research, because unless it is so much necessary, we are not doing that. Even after becoming teachers, we don't upgrade ourselves. We don't try to see which we are not able to understand. Many new techniques are there. We are not able to understand, yes, fine, because they are completely new. But we also have to make ourselves updated so that we will be able to understand, we will be able to make interpretations. Analyst can give a general interpretation, but the interpretation related to the subject, connecting it to subject, a teacher has to do that. Hence, I feel that it is very apt. The teachers need to learn and unlearn. And as you know, that the new education policy emphasizes on skill, emphasizes on skill building. And for a teacher, what type of skill we need? We need how we will be able to use most technical, most update skills of analytical skills, most update presentation skills. We have to make the students understand about that. So I congratulate the Department of International Business for taking efforts to do the 2 weeks capacity building program for young social scientists. And mostly, as I told you, that the research skill is very, very important, because to make what we have studied and make our thoughts to come in black and white, there is a media, there is a research required. For doing research, we need analytical skills, we need research skills, and they are very important for the present day. Otherwise, we'll just confined to teaching the syllabus, and that is not enough. And the student, when he is able to get the informations from Google, why he will be able to come, will be interested to come to the teacher, unless the teacher says that what is not available in Google, I am telling that. So how it will be used, how, because practical aspect is not being given, how it is used. You can be given through Google how to swim, but you cannot swim with the learning of Google. So there the teacher is required. So teacher will tell how to swim, what are the things, and he will see a child swimming. So that is the teacher's contribution, and I am happy, and I congratulate the Department of International Business for the efforts, and I congratulate all of you, and I hope these 2 weeks will be fruitful, and you will go back with your upgraded skill as regards to doing the research as well as with analytical skills. Thank you very much.
Now I call upon our beloved Director, Professor K. Dharanikaarasu Sir, Director of Studies, Education, Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, to give away the inaugural address.
Respected guest of our today's function, Sri R. Satish, and the School of Management Dean, Professor Malavika Dio, and the Dean of Performing Arts and the Professor at International Business, Professor Sridharan, and the Head and Course Director of this 2-week capacity building program, Professor P.G. Arul, and Professor Bhushan D. Sudhagar, and all the participants, faculty members of Department of International Business, and our librarian also joined now. So all the participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning everyone. So I am very happy to be part of this 2 weeks capacity building program for young social science faculty. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh, is preoccupied with the other function. So that's why he told me to convey his regards and best wishes for this 2-week capacity building program for young social science faculty. And I came to know that this is sponsored by Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR, New Delhi. I take this opportunity to thank the organization because I found that they are not only sponsoring program, and also there are a lot of international students they sponsor to our institute to do research in social science. We have seen in social science school also there are many students from abroad also, they are staying here and doing research on social science research. They are sponsoring this fellowship also. In this way I thank the organization. I would like to concentrate today on this importance of social science research, because you are all here to improve your capacity in the field of social science field. As you may wonder, I also wonder, being a science student, so our constitution is giving a full right, everyone is equal, and our justice department is also very strong. But still, I wonder why this the social inequalence then compared to our the constitution. There comes your field, the social science field. We have a very standard. Our constitution is the standard, but what is reality in the society is different. That's where your field comes. You have to do research on this. So, like if you take the Earth, it is 23.5 degrees tilted, but it's not straight. It is 23.5 tilted. But that gives the seasons. If it is exactly 90 degrees, then there is no season in our earth, but there is a tilt. But that tilt gives us seasons, summer, winter, like this. Because that is the reason it revolves oval shape. So, like this, our constitution is giving what is perfect. But what is really happening in our society is not the real, is not the perfect. So that's where we have to find out what is real, what is the exactly we should be. There only you have to find out why these are all happening. So in this way, the social science field is very important. It is not only in society, we can see in our home itself how gender parity, how gender injustice takes place in different social groups, how to find out the reason behind this. It is not only caste, but other than this, there are third gender issues, then the regional issues, then poverty issues. All these things, the social science is very important, because until our globalization starts in India, we thought that poverty is the only reason behind this. If we become rich, all our the social evils will go away. But it's not so. It is in 90s we started the globalization. Everyone is, there is no, still we have that the 17 to 25%, it is poverty still there below poverty line. But even the above poverty line, whether social evil doesn't exist, that is the question. Still social evil exists in the society. So there also we have to understand why these are all happening, how to come out with this the social evils. So your part is very important. Being now we are slowly, before globalization, even world do not talk about our economy, all those things. But once we cross that and we are in the globalization, everyone talks about India now. Our economy, how our economy performs. So what is the growth rate? How even the stand we take during this Russia-Ukraine war. So everyone talks about this. So we are now global player, but still whether we are come out with these social evils, so this is a big question mark. There comes your cutting edge research. So if you take the research in the science field. But whatever the field, we always emulate the European way of thinking, European researchers who gives theory, all those things. But when it comes to social, for Indian concept, you have to develop the theories, how to sort out the issues for Indian context. So this is how our, as Madam mentioned, our national education policy is giving lot of scope to start the, what is the problem, but how to solve those issues, how to give the new ideas, how to develop the skills which will eradicate these social evils. So this is where your role is there. Please take this opportunity to interact with the resource person. Professor P.G. Arul, I know he has good contacts. He will bring very good resource person. Take this opportunity. It is not only considered only for your CAS promotions. Please take this opportunity to get the contact from the resource person. Keep in touch with them. So this will help you to do what is real research, how they are doing research, how you can take the quality research is a big problem in India nowadays. Everyone publishes. Whenever they publish in UGC careless, they think they have done great. No. So you have to come out of this UGC careless. We have to play the big role in world scenario. Start publishing quality research. Understand what is H-index, what is impact factor. So how to write a good project in social science, how to get major projects, how to write a good papers. These are all really good skills you have to understand first. Then you have to teach to your research scholars, so our social science research also will play a major role in global scenario. In this way, this 2-day capacity building program will be, I hope it will be very useful for you. So I thank the organizers for inviting me for this function. So I also congratulate you everyone for attending this program, and best of luck for you. Thank you, Ananda.
Now it's time to know a brief profile about our chief guest. Professor R. Satish is now currently General Manager Grade E, Reserve Bank of India, Academic Staff College, Chennai. So he has completed his MBA in the area of finance, and he has also completed PGDBM in HRM, and he has completed CA, IIB, AIII and Pragya in Hindi. He has joined the Reserve Bank of India in the year 1999 as manager in the grade B, and prior to RBI he has worked in various places like Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, LIC of India and Indian Overseas Bank. Sir's areas of work is under HRM, Consumer Education and Protection, Banking Supervision and Banking. He has worked in various places like Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. He has fluency in languages like Tamil, Hindi and English. His interests include singing Christian, Western, classical and light music both individually and in choir. And now I request kindly our beloved chief guest to give away the special address.
Good morning. Welcome to one and all. In this juncture, it's indeed a great privilege to thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Gurmeet Singh in absentia, Dr. Dharani Karasu, Director Research, Madam Professor Malabiga Dev, Dean School of Management, Professor Bhushan Sudhakar, who gave the welcome address, Professor P.G. Arul, who is the Head and the Course Director, the person who is going to propose vote of thanks, Professor Sridharan. I wonder whether I am the right person to be in this forum. Okay. In fact, my boss was supposed to come. He struck, Satish, please take it over and go on address. Then I said, okay. Then I had a word with Professor Arul. Two things went into my mind, and after coming here, the way in which the things were presented, I do understand there is a compulsory on your part to go through this, curriculum, mandatory part of it, element is involved. Okay, fine. So then how can I fit in? So precisely speaking, I don't want to be a teacher because I came from a family of teachers. Everybody from my family is teacher. From my mother's side, from my father's side. Whatever they do, they go for teaching. They study medicine and go and teach in the medical college. Study engineering, teach in an engineering college. Anything. So I ran out of teaching. I don't want to be a teacher. Sorry to say that. But God never allowed me. Even when I joined Central Bank, I have been taken as a lecturer to teach my own officers. So that made me to be probably the guest of honor or the chief guest today. So the topic is about capacity building. So what do we understand by capacity building? If I pose a question to you to the morning, otherwise you'll become very drowsy enough. Okay, when this address gets over, let us go on and go over regular schedule of learning. So what did you understand by capacity building? Any interested volunteer? Enhance the research skills. Okay, that's one perspective. Any other?
So nowadays we have to improve our knowledge because nowadays students are very much well equipped with the technology. When they are stepping into the class, already they have the information with their hands. They are checking us whether we know about that.
Okay, knowledge part of it.
Yes.
One is about technology part of it. Another about the knowledge part of it. Yes. Any other? Updation. Okay. Updation. Okay. So if this is the perspective you have, I am going to give you entirely a different perspective in my address. Capacity building is not only going to update your knowledge or skill. Yes, it is a must. It's a must. There is no second opinion about it. But capacity building is much a broader term. Probably this may be, as I said, maybe a mandatory part of it to go through. You may have to force to sit for a 2-week capacity building, program, and you may get a course completion certificate. It may help you to go up in your ladder. That doesn't give you a satisfaction in which whether I have really built my capacity. So I just want you to look at capacity building in a different way. So when I joined Reserve Bank, as I said, I have come from a family of teachers. Always the fundamentals were stronger. Entire teaching fundamentals were stronger. So when I enter into the working world, where I interact with people from the other parts of the country, other countries as well as when I move out of the country, the entire perspective change about the capacity building. Anything and everything for them, they always have a creative look at it. The difference they make. So what I am going to tell as a teacher, you are going to be a facilitator for the creativity amongst your students. For that, yes, you know the knowledge. You should know what is happening around, as Madam rightly mentioned about. People are communicating in smileys and emojis, which we are facing in our office. When they put up an office note, there something will be there, WRT, BTW. Then we have to call, said, these are all the language, WhatsApp language is not acceptable in official notings. So there is a generation which is coming up. So when I say generation, what do you feel? How many years? One generation. Any idea as teachers you are? 30 years? 5 years is one generation, which we are seeing. 5 years, okay? 5 years is one generation. That's the challenge you are going to grappling with. That is why I am saying creativity is going to be one of your capacity building. And when you are in the social sciences, you need to bring in the creativity amongst the, people who are interacting with. Most of them are more creative, so your teaching is also going to be creative. Not by your chalk or board or the PowerPoint presentation or the handouts you are going to give. No, absolutely no. It's not going to help them. They have lost interest. So I have a young officer which is presently undergoing training. When they come on the first day, we'll say you should not use mobile in the class. When we take sessions, we say them, you should not use mobile. So that's the first announcement. We have a WhatsApp group, we put a message. Within 30 seconds, all of them would have seen. Within 30 seconds, 1 minute, all of them would have read that message. This is the level of impatience the youngsters are. With the impatient youngsters, if you are going to have the formal way of teaching, it's not going to cut the ice. You are going to be creative. Think it over. What kind of a creativity in your subject you can bring. There are umpty number for which there is another perspective. The second one, communication. Same item of, your class. How are you going to communicate? Are you going to communicate only through question and answer? They are very comfortable because there is an evaluation they have to go through. Most of the sessions, my classmates are teaching are HODs by this time. They are saying their students are not turning up to classes. They don't see teacher as a facilitator or a innovator or a creative person. They don't find class interesting. Whom to blame? Is it the institution to be blamed or the structure to be blamed or elsewhere? But we have a role to play. So how are we going to communicate with them? It's very much required to communicate in their own language. In their own language. I have two young sons, teenagers, giving enough challenges in every day. So the way in which we are going to communicate, we have to go to their level and communicate. It is not the teach. So that's another C. First C, I said creativity. Second is the communication. The third one, which I am going to stress about, commitment. Some of you might have come, okay, this is a job, I am going to teach, I am going to earn. But my parents, they were fully committed for teaching. That is why I am saying. They left us with full of liabilities, okay. That's one of the reason I have to find a pasture elsewhere, to earn money. So, but they had a long-lasting impact on the society. When my father died recently, I came down, I was working in Mumbai at that point in time. I came down, I was with him in the last days, he passed away. In his funeral, huge crowd was there. One of the person, patted me on the back in the funeral and asked me, okay, you are his son working in Reserve Bank? Yes, I said. And he was the Union Minister of State for Finance. He said, I am your father's student. Tears were in my eyes. The other person, after the burial, he asked me, chat with me, after the burial. He said, I am your father's student. He was a famous heart surgeon who was in Chennai, who's always been US. He came down for that leave, Christmas to New Year leave. When he heard in the WhatsApp group my father passed away, he came down from Chennai to Tanjavur, that's my place, and was there with my father's funeral. Do you think who is my father? Such a great, honorable person. Can you imagine what would be his the teaching ability? Can you able to guess? Maths teacher, science teacher, not even nothing. He is a life education teacher, and that too in a primary school. And they had a huge impact on the society. So you are going to impact. So you have to have the commitment to teach. What are we going to? You have to build the next generation who are going to take over the country. So that commitment, you might have come for the job, possible. But having taken up, okay, I am going to teach in this college, build that commitment. That helps you to, build the people. That is the third C I talked. The fourth C, critical thinking. So much talked about research. When I asked about, the question of what is capacity building, ability, skills to, research. Critical thinking. Any aspect of life, put into peace. Think critically. Normally, a science student will do it still better, but social science, it is a requirement because the issue is not simple. any issue in social science is not simple, it is always complex. So you need to critically think about that issue. For that, that C is very required. The next C, collaboration. You cannot do alone anything. So there was also a different point of view and a different perspective. Madam was pointing it out. I was keenly listening. People are not developing, skills, analytical skills. So the analysis is being outsourced to the data analyst or the system analyst who gives, the input, and the researcher, takes it forward. But that's going to be the reality. Now specialization everywhere, specialization is talked about. But you need to understand the basics. That's what, professor was, pointing it about. Here, how are we going to be collaborate with other people? It helps you. So another one, when the director research was, mentioning about build contacts. This program should enable you to have a networking. So where Professor Arul is good at it, that's what Sir was mentioning about. Don't look at this program as a mandatory capacity building. Capacity building is much more than what about your knowledge or skill you are, developing. So have that collaboration, which helps. Collaboration will help you to collaborate with your own students. So I still remember when I come back from school, none of my parents have taught me anything. Always there will be children in my home for free tuitions. My mother and father will be busy with them. They never looked at us. But they always had anything and everything in the house will be taken care of by somebody, because that much collaboration was there with the student community. So collaborate in any of your effort with your fellow colleagues, and also for students are much more aware of many things. They will give you a hand. You will get developed. And also I wanted to talk about the last C, which is very important in today's scenario, and universities and the colleges, cross-cultural understanding. The next C is cross-cultural understanding. You will get not the same set of people. You will get a people from all walks of society, and like us, we will get officers from all across India. They have with different, everything is different. Nothing is same. Language is not same. Society is not same. Whatever they, had the customs, practices, their values, the beliefs, everything is different. Same way you are going to have the, students like that. But how are you going to understand them? That is an essential for your capacity building. It's not only your technical skills going to help you better. The softer part of it is very important for the present days teachers, not like the earlier years. Now, every college will have, at least step into any engineering college in and around, there will be 100 North Indian students will be studying. North India, when I talk about it, is not from one state. Every state is different. We know even within our state, every part of the state is having a different customs and different way of, looking at things. So cross-cultural understanding is a must for your capacity building. Then you will have a better, build your, abilities. I'll not talk about the hard skills, the lined up, people from IIT, IIMs, NITs, fashion technology, whatnot. They will take care of those. But I just wanted to give you this broader perspective. But when I say about this 5 C's or 6 C's, and also look at capacity building in a way of strategy. Don't look at, I have to run through the course, finish it, over, let me go on to the next, whatever I wish to do. Strategically, do things. What is your strategy for this year for your students? Build that. That is one of your capacity building. In that strategy, how I am going to approach first month, one group of students, first year students, second year students, third year students, research scholars, how I am going to approach, the approach which you are going to make. That gives you a big capacity building for you. What are the activities you are going to plan for them? Are you going to, as I said earlier about the C on communication, you can communicate, you can give an issue-based solution or a problem he will, understand the issue better instead of teaching in a 2-3 slides. Work it out. That involves a lot of work for you, but that is very much, how are you going to plan your activities for everyday session? Very, very critical. Lot of hard work is required. What is the methodology you are going to use? We are not, I do prepare PowerPoint. I never open a PowerPoint when I teach. PowerPoint is only for them to read. So enough of creativity we bring in. Every 5 minutes there will be an exercise. Every 5 minutes to engage their attention. Every 5 minutes, mind. Every 5 minutes we will have an activity for them. Otherwise they are lost. They are lost, completely lost. So how are you going to teach? Suppose if you are teaching elements of commerce or financial accounting, what are the 5 minutes activity you are going to do it? Plan a lot. This is going to be the order of the day which helps you to build your capacity and also their capacity. I do not want to exceed the time given to me. I thank one and all, especially I thank the organizers for giving the Reserve Bank as an opportunity. Probably we talk about a lot of finance. We do not want to bore you with that. I just wanted to focus about the capacity building. I wish you all very best for this 2-week capacity program. I also wish the program a grand success. Thank you very much.
Now I call upon Professor P. Sridharan, Department of International Business, to give away the vote of thanks.
Good morning to one and all present here. Very distinguished and most respected dignitaries on the dais. Eminent Professor of Chemistry and Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dharani Karasu. And today's guest of honor, Sri R. Satish, General Manager Academic, Reserve Bank Staff College, Chennai. Professor Malavika Madam, Dean, School of Management. My own colleagues, Head of the Department, Professor P.J. Arul, Dr. Bhushan Sudhakar, and Professor Vijay Kumar, our librarian, my beloved colleagues, participants, students. Once again, good morning to everyone present here. Though I have a noble assignment as extending vote of thanks, but today the dignitaries on the dais touched some points. It kindled me to speak something about before I extend my formal vote of thanks. See, starting from Bhushan Sudhakar in his welcome address, he spoke about character. Then Madam spoke about the students and the relationship. Okay, how a teacher is having that responsibility to have relationship. And okay, our chief guest, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dharani Karasu, also talked about inequality and society. And our chief guest today, Mr. Satish sir, also told about the family values, the relationship in their family, about his father and his experience in every relationship between all the people. And it shows the value of relationship. So from this point of view, actually, because you people are all the way you have come, all the participants have come here to enhance your capacity on various heads, subject knowledge, technology, skills, and so on. But one thing I want to sensitize on this occasion, the dais, is you please, because all my colleagues already know that I am always concerned about the humanity, relationship, as well as the way of nurturing our student. Because as a teacher, whenever I would like to tell you few incidents, please bear with me, sir, I will take little time. Whenever I read a degrading news in the newspaper or in any other media, if I listen about a teacher, I used to feel like I have committed a mistake, because I am also one of the member of this teaching community. I felt in that way, because compare with any other profession, even if you take an administrator, IAS officer, he is always thinking about his own jurisdiction and how to make his administration towards people or towards that area's development, like that. Indirectly they are also connecting with people, but we are the one. Our profession only directly connected with young people, and directly we are involved in the process of nurturing them towards the future. So from this observation, I felt always the responsibility of teacher to build the future or build the generation for the next forthcoming years. Okay, recently, because my colleagues know that whenever I have some little experience, that make me to speak immediately. It's happened recently. In the 3 days back, I went to VIT. It's one of the upcoming universities and doing well in education service. And our Bhushan is also came from that institution and joined here. I went there. That PhD topic was relating to handloom industry. And I don't know, in the Viva was after the candidate's presentation, everyone asked the questions. Mostly the questions, almost 90% of their questions are relating to the analysis and statistical tools and techniques what they used. And another aspect, what economic tool you used. Some students asked, have you used any econometrics tool here? Like that, really I was wondering, okay, then finally they gave me an opportunity to declare the PhD, this one to that candidate. Then immediately I started. See, first of all, I congratulated the candidate as well as the supervisor for having chosen such a wonderful topic, because agriculture and allied industries are now deteriorating a lot. Nobody in that audience group, even faculty members, everybody were there, but nobody asked any single question about that industry, that people. Actually, he has taken two important people, master weaver and independent weavers. He studied about their problem in that particular PhD topic. But nobody, unfortunately, I expected nobody spoke about that industry or something like that. Then I thought, maybe the generation gap may be there for me. I'm almost in my 32 years I serviced my teaching so far. But I really felt, and I spoke in the dais, that it's heartening to me, and I expected few questions about the life of that particular weavers, and nobody asked, what is this? It shows that I concluded that now technology takes the driver's seat, but humanity, human values, life values gone back seat. This is the way. But why I am telling right now is, here on this dais is, you are having, you have to build your capacity more on this side also. Okay, this is the order of the day. You have to improve your technical skill, in depth on your subject matter. Yes, of course, I agree. I'm not telling that it is wrong. Even today's it happened. I was not thinking. Today I thought that we have to give formal what are things. Already Arul was telling, sir, our director has to go to. Even I asked, sir, should I finish? No, I will be here, and you will take your own time like that. I will wait. This is what I expect from you as an ardent and responsible teacher. Please try to build your capacity on the other side too. Not only this one or that one. Both is a good blend of technology and skills and all other things, along with your humanity, relationship, human values, because these are all really going to build the future of India, and the future of your own students. With this small note, I went beyond this, my assignment of extending vote of thanks. Sir, anyway, sir, all the dignitaries today have given a wonderful speech, because my area of interest has been taken as a core point of their talk, so that I am extending my heartfelt thanks. Once again, I express my deep sense of gratitude to all our dignitaries on the dais for having given a wonderful speech here, and our librarian, he is the right person joined today here with us, because he is one among the people extending their service and support for capacity building by providing knowledge through his institution. And my colleagues, of course, two of my my students are sitting here, Bhushan and Arul. Whenever they are excelling, I felt that I am excelling. So this is the even sir told that teachers, being a teacher, that's the great feeling we used to have. That today also I am having that. In every occasion I used to tell, all my colleagues may feel boring. It's happened. Thank you, Bhushan sir. Thank you, Dr. Arul. This is one of the important, because I'm the first one joined in this department, international business, for the past 27 years. I have been with them. In every occasion when Bhushan was HOD, he has taken to the department to the new heights with his own knowledge, his own inputs and all. Like that, now at present, after PG Arul took charge, set up the department, he has been taking this department to new heights with new inputs of conducting refresher courses, capacity building courses, and all other programs towards faculty development. So far we all concentrated on students development in the department. Now PG Arul has been taking into new heights towards faculty development. So I am extremely happy. Thank you, Dr. Arul, for doing all this, doing all these things for the development of teachers. And I thank all the participants, because you are the listeners, you are going to receive all the inputs and resources, whatever is going to be given. So without you, no capacity building here. So that I thank all the participants for having come all over the from various parts of India. Thank you, one and all.